Good morning and welcome to the regular meeting of City Council on Tuesday, May 7th, 2024. Would the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charlin, Mr. Coghill, Ms. Gross,
Here.
Mr. Mosley,
Here.
Mrs. Kill-Smith, Mrs. Strasburger,
He's here.
here, Mrs. Warwick,
Here.
Mr. Wilson,
Here.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Here.
6 members present.
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our next order of business is to amend the agenda. Is there a motion to amend?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The agenda has been amended. We have one proclamation to present it. Councilwoman Strasburger.
Thank you.
Everyone from Big Brothers Big Sisters would like to join me up here?
Go to Corey's Arms.
And you're welcome to come right over here, stand to my left. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Come on up. All right. Whereas Big Brothers Big Sisters makes meaningful monitored matches between adult volunteers or bigs and children, littles, ages 5 through young adulthood in communities across the country. And whereas 2 Pittsburgh matches, Lindsay Litterini and Sarah and Jared Lachaw and Jamari are the 2024 Matches of the Year for Pennsylvania. And whereas the award is given annually to 2 bigs or mentors in the Big Brothers Big Sisters of America program who went above and beyond to provide quality guidance and support to their littles. And whereas entering in their 8th year together, Lindsay and her little Sarah first met during Sarah's 6th grade year when she was shy, introverted, and she was bullied. And whereas Lindsay and Sarah's match experience grew into mutual trust, respect, friendship, and genuine love for each other. Today, Sarah is a vibrant, outgoing, caring college student with a focused plan for her future. And whereas 6 years ago, Jamari enrolled in the Big Brothers Big Sisters program as a fun, high-energy, and enthusiastic boy. And whereas since being matched with Jared, Jamari has grown into a kind and respectful young man. His behavior is improving in school and he gets good grades. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recognize the outstanding mentorship of Lindsay Litterini and Jared Lachaw and the wonderful growth of their littles, Sarah and Jamari. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Tuesday, May 7, 2024 to be Matches of the Year Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Who would like to come up and speak? Are you all ready to come up and speak? Jamar first. Jamar, okay, here, this is for you. Yeah.
I want to say thank you. Lindsay actually originally matched us from Big Brothers Big Sisters, so it's pretty special to share it with her. But the main reason I wanted to become a big is because I was a baby in my family. My parents are actually here. I'm the youngest of 5 kids. And I always wanted a little brother. So when the opportunity came, I wanted to volunteer and got matched up with Jamari. So yeah, so thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for this honor, especially Erica and Big Brothers Big Sisters for all the opportunities they've provided. It's really special to share this moment with both Jared and Jamari. Sarah could not be here this morning. She fell ill this morning, but her mom and her are so proud to be a part of this as well. And they are also a very huge part of the program and why we're so successful all these years later. They could choose to do anything at these stages of life now, and they still choose to hang out with us. We must be cool enough. and providing enough fun for them, thanks to Big Brothers Big Sisters. So thanks for the honor, and looking forward to sharing many more memories with you guys.
I wanted to make sure I offered. So stay up here. And I didn't want to let this go without saying that our office is also honored to have a big brother participating in the program. Davon Brown in our office is a big brother participating and has a matched little. So yeah, anyone can sign up to be a big brother or big sister. So would all council members like to join us for a photo? I'm sure it's okay. Thank you, though.
Open yours up, Jamari. Open your stuff up, man. Here.
Congratulations. Thanks so much for all you do.
Be my big brother?
I always, it's a simple thing. Maybe it's a contract.
And we have two to be read into the record, one from Councilwoman Strasburger, one from Councilwoman Warwick.
Councilperson Strasburger presents, be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Friday, May 10th, 2024 to be Le Mardi Gras Day in the City of Pittsburgh. And Councilwoman Warwick presents, be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Saturday, May 11th, 2024 to be Petonkatonk Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
Do we have a motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Both proclamations have been approved. Councilwoman Warwick is online, and I believe we have a will of council from Councilwoman Warwick.
Yes, thank you.
Councilwoman Warwick presents, now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh hereby urges the Pennsylvania General Assembly and Governor Shapiro to pass the state budget with the proposed funding increase to transit agencies across the Commonwealth. And be it further resolved that a copy of this will of council will be distributed to the Allegheny County delegations of the Pennsylvania State General Assembly and to the office of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro.
Councilwoman Warwick, is there anything you would like to add?
No, thank you though, but I appreciate everything.
Thank you. We may have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye.
The will of council has been approved. That takes us to public comment. I would like to remind everyone the rules of council state that comments are limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation which may be before city council. Profanity is not permitted. After you are called, please restate your name, provide your neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak. Our first registered speaker is Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller.
Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller, Belsuver, Ludwigshafen, Germany, BASF, American Chemical Society member, Global Intelligence Society candidate for President 2024, globalintelligencesociety.org, a concern of county and city safety. In Amorato, Catena, and in my view, Gainey and Lavelle, I'm very reserved about the responsibility that you have for chemicals PPG based major industry in the United States. The chem safety record for 2023 is C-. The SCA 1976 and renewed and upgraded supposedly in 2016 is a problem. In my view, this city-county building is not chem safe. There are no checks in the entryway for super complex compounds, aromatics, or particulates. This council room is not chem safe. There are no monitors showing SC or A or P levels. Africa and Nigeria, Hausa. Safety of Mafi Kayu Duka Sanadaran, meaning super chemical material. Chemists make materials by combining atoms of elements into molecules. Combining 2 carbon and 4 hydrogen produces C2H4, and it's a polymer. And it makes a material called polyethylene, which is the basic plastic we find almost everywhere. A super complex material, SC, is made by combining many molecules, many atoms, 1 yttrium, 2 barium, 3 copper, 7 oxygen is a superconductor. Is there any SC residue in this room? It's unknown. Asia, Japan, Nihongo. The safety of Kagaku, Yakuhan, Hoko, Zoku. Chemical aromatics. Chemicals often emit odors. Aromatics, nitrogen dioxide, NO2. Disulfur dioxide, S2O2, lead oxide, PBO, are aromatics that cause somatic human damage. NO2, S2O2, PBO, parts per million per cubic meter in the council room, unknown. Latin America, Mexico, Espanol, safety of partículas químicas, chemical particulates, CP1 general, particulate matter, less than 2.5 micrometers in diameter, PM 2.5 Pittsburgh, greater than average 35 micrograms per meter cube per day. This is unsafe. Micro is millionth, a nano is billionth. CP2 specific in plastics, less than 1 nanometer, less than 10 nanograms per meter cube per day. Is that safe? We have no knowledge of that in this room. We need to know. We need to have monitors. They should be outside this door.
Thank you. Our next registered speaker is David Demko. I also do not see him online. David Demko? If not, our next registered speaker is Herrero Cornelio Jr. Whom we also do not see. Our last registered speaker is John Hannaran.
Good morning. My name is John Hanrahan. I live on Katoma Street in the Fineview neighborhood on the north side. I am disappointed that you will no doubt be passing ordinance number 256, the downtown LERTA enhancement. I'll just say, I'll keep it brief, that beyond any opinions I may have about development and incentives and city revenues, et cetera, more than anything else, I believe that words have meaning, and so I just really can't stand to see this body proclaim that the downtown area is somehow more acutely deteriorated than any other neighborhood in the city of Pittsburgh.
Thank you. That exhausts our list of registered speakers. If there's anyone in chambers wishing to speak, please come forward at this time. Provide your name, neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak.
Good morning. My name is Javon F. Brown. I live at 715 Mercer Street. The Will of Council by Warwick, it states that investments in transit are also investments in economic future of our city, and people want to move to raise families and visit areas where they don't need to own a car to survive. I'm asking if Ms. Warwick is listening, if she would send this will of council to County Council, Councilman DeWitt Watson. I have been, I think it was 2018, is when I went to him to ask about Transportation. We live at the top of Bedford. Mercy Hospital is at the bottom of the hill. The seniors cannot get there. They must get transportation on their own. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because when I went to him, I had asked him about them coming up to the senior citizen home, but we needed the bus. Okay, so he said that Saluddin's sister was his best friend, and I said, well, sir, and he said he ain't got nothing to do with it. He knew, and I knew we were not going to get any help from her because she ran that building. She ran anything that she said go. So I knew we wasn't going to have the meeting. All right, so then I ended up going down in the building. They had the politicians. John DeFazio, I didn't know that he was there. But as I was walking, I seen DeWitt. So I said, hey, sir, you remember me? I said, I tell you what, I'm going back down to council. I said, we don't have a bus yet. I said, how many years ago? Okay, so he said he would call. Okay, as I came, John DeFazio's wife was saying, vote for my husband. And I told her he's very nasty, and woman to woman, you need to straighten him out. So we went, and she told him about it. He remembered me because he had hollered when I was speaking. What is she doing? What is she doing? I brought up that Fitzgerald had a fund, and I was asking for money for August Wilson's his program. Okay, at that time, when he remembered, that's when we felt a big presence. That was DeWitt, and he was screaming at me. I don't appreciate you telling the president of council on me. Well, the wife and John DeFazio were frightened. Well, he did scare us because he was hollering. And they were saying, no, John, she's not talking about you, not talking about you. But I ended up going back again down to county council. The new president, because John done died, the new president asked him, he said no, he will not call. So send a will to council.
Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Michael Bonniwell. I'm here speaking for the city of Pittsburgh. First, I want to start off with an idea that's a win-win for the city of Pittsburgh to generate tax revenue and help the people out in the city of Pittsburgh. In Wisconsin, we used to have a tobacco store that you'd be able to roll a whole carton of cigarettes of roll your own tobacco. I was thinking if we could allow proprietors to do that here, we could charge $4, $5 in total. $4 goes to the state, and then $1 to the proprietor, so people could roll their own cigarettes, so people who smoke cigarettes would be able to have cheaper smoking prices, and they'd be able to get tax revenue for you guys, $4 per machine. They're going to save tons of money, you're going to generate millions of dollars in revenue, and it's going to help the city of Pittsburgh and help the people. And I also want to talk about the Jubilee, how it needs funding for transitional homes and transitional housing so we can get jobs and employment for the people who are unemployed, because we need to be able to generate revenue for our economy and help people out that are in transition, homeless, to becoming in part of our workforce. I believe that here in the city of Pittsburgh that we need to employ the program where we're going to have people fill these unoccupied buildings that are condemned or whatever. We need to have something that we can get people into those buildings, fix them up, and build the great city of Pittsburgh back, build the downtown back, bring down the movie theater, bring back Hardee's. I mean, a lot of this stuff is being gentrified. We don't need to be building new buildings. We need to renovate the old ones. Pittsburgh is one of the most beautiful places I've been. I travel all over the United States. I'm writing this book, and I'm just saying Pittsburgh is so beautiful. Why not build Pittsburgh back to the beauty that it used to be instead of building up all these high-rise and things that don't need to be? You know, I get the revenue and all the money you're making, but sometimes it's not about money, it's about nostalgic, you know? I don't know, those are just my thoughts. You know, I'd like to take more part here in the city of Pittsburgh because I'm considering making this a permanent residence. But I have a lot more ideas and a lot more things. I wish I could sit down and talk to you guys so we can all come up with a plan to help the great city of Pittsburgh. Thanks.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please. Seeing no further speakers, we'll move on to the presentation of papers, beginning with Councilman Charlin, Chair of Human Resources.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Councilperson Charlin presents Bill Number 437, Ordinance Amending the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances, Title VI, Conduct, Article 1, Regulated Rights and Actions and Rights by adjusting language in Chapter 619, Municipal Waste and Recycling, Section 61902, 61903, and 61904, to keep waste and recycling code relevant to current practices in the city of Pittsburgh.
Thank you. Takes us to Councilman Coghill, Chair of Public Safety and Wellness.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilman Coghill presents Bill Number 438, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of public safety to enter into an agreement or agreements with the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency for the purpose of receiving and spending grant funds in the amount of $315,000 to support police recruitment efforts.
Thank you. Councilwoman Gross, Chair of Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology.
Mr. President.
Mr. President, thank you.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Gross presents Bill Number 439, Resolution amending Resolution 279 of 2023, authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance and the director of Permits, Licenses, and Inspections on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into an agreement or agreements and amendments thereto with Computronics USA, Inc. to provide ongoing professional services to continue to develop and upgrade the POS LMS system in support of the One-Stop PGH permitting program, meeting the needs of the city of Pittsburgh by increasing the approved amount by $151,024 without increasing the original term for an amended total cost not to exceed $2,677,278 for a 3-year term with 2 one-year renewal options. And Bill 440, Resolution authorizing the mayor, the director of public safety, and the director of innovation and performance to enter on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh into a professional services agreement or agreements with Active 911 Inc. for provision of a mobile alerting system for a total cost not to exceed $148,750 over 5 years.
Thank you. Councilman Mosley, Chair of Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilman Mosley presents Bill Number 441, Resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for 4842 Penn Avenue at no cost to the city. Bill 442, Resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant payable in favor of Pennsylvania Municipal League for 1-year subscription in an amount not to exceed $52,962.24. Bill 443, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into an agreement with the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority for temporary right of entry and license at Vanucci Field for the purpose of stormwater improvements at no cost to the city. Bill 444, Resolution approving execution of a contract for disposition by sale of land between the URA of Pittsburgh and Communion LLC or a related entity for the sale of Block 27A, Lots 124 and 125 in the 5th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, Wiley Avenue, Council District Number 6, no cost to the city. Bill 445, Resolution authorizing the mayor, the director of the Department of Public Works, and the director of finance on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to execute a cooperation agreement or agreements with the URA of Pittsburgh, which will provide to the city certain approval and inspection rights related to the future improvements to Broad Street Plaza located at 5977 Broad Street, Block 83P, Lot 249, the Plaza in the 11th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, to the City of Pittsburgh Council District 9, and authorizing the mayor and the director of finance on behalf of the city to accept conveyance of the plaza following completion of the improvements to the plaza and approval of the improvements by the city at a cost to exceed $1 to the City of Pittsburgh. Bill 446, Resolution approving execution of a contract by disposition by sale of land between the URA of Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh Land Bank for the sale of Block 50G, Lot 76 in the 10th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, Rosetta Street, Council District Number 9, no cost to the city. Bill 447, resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned properties in the 15th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 56F. Lots 282, 302, 303, 304, and 307, 172 Marsden Street, 0 Marsden Street, and 158 Marsden Street, Council District Number 5, no cost to the city. And Bill 448, resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, in and to the publicly owned property in the 30th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 33E, Lot 214, 424 Suncrest Street, Council District Number 3, at no cost to the city.
Thank you. That takes us to Councilwoman Kell Smith, Chair of Recreation, Youth, and Senior Services. Councilwoman Strasburger for Councilwoman Smith.
Councilwoman Kell Smith presents Bill Number 395, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Parks and Recreation on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to enter into a professional services agreement with Starfire Corporation for the display of a fireworks show in conjunction with the City of Pittsburgh's Independence Day Festival for a 3-year term at a total amount not to exceed $252,200. And Bill 396, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of Parks and Recreation to enter into a financial sponsorship agreement with Sergeant Electric for the City of Pittsburgh Independence Day Festival at no cost to the city.
Thank you. Councilwoman Strasburger, Chair of Finance and Law.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilperson Strasburger presents Bill Number 449, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of the Cincinnati Specialty Underwriters Insurance Company for legal services in connection with the litigation matter in the United States District Court for the Western District of Pennsylvania for an amount not to exceed $10,000 over 1 year.
And Councilwoman Warwick, Chair of Public Works and Infrastructure. Councilman.
Thank you, Councilman and Council President.
Councilwoman Warwick presents Bill Number 450, resolution providing for an agreement or agreement to set forth financial obligations and maintenance responsibilities for the pedestrian facilities with PennDOT for local costs associated with work to be done on SR 0400 Center Avenue and A54 ADA ramps constructed and inspected by PennDOT, and further providing for reimbursement to PennDOT of the estimated cost not to exceed $11,552. And Bill 451, resolution amending Resolution 699 of 2023, which authorized the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into a professional services agreement with Western Pennsylvania Conservancy to support the city's equitable street tree plan by authorizing amendments to the agreement at no cost to the city.
And Councilman Wilson, Chair of Land Use and Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilman Wilson presents Bill Number 452, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of City Planning to enter into an agreement or agreements between the City of Pittsburgh and Southside Slopes Neighborhood Association for the installation and maintenance of a mural at Arlington Recreation Center at no cost to the city.
And for myself, Chair of Hearings and Policy.
Council President Lavelle presents Bill Number 453, resolution authorizing the mayor, the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance, and the city clerk's office to enter into an agreement and or agreements and amendments thereto with General Code for professional services in connection with the codification of ordinances into the Pittsburgh Code and map link services at a cost not to exceed $106,024 over 3 years. Bill 461, resolution authorizing and directing the Department of City Planning to take such actions as are necessary to realign the official boundaries of the Central Business District in Crawford Roberts neighborhood so as to cause them to be coextensive with the current boundaries of Census Tracts 201 and 305 in the city of Pittsburgh, Allegheny County. And Bill 454, communication from Jake Pollack, Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting a donation from the U.S. Tennis Association to the Department of Parks and Recreation for the cost of tennis instructors during the 2024 Children's Theater Festival in the amount of $500. Bill 455, Communication from Jake Pollack, Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting acting pay requests on behalf of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure for David Fromm per the acting pay policy revised in June 2018. And Bill 456, communication from City Controller Rachel Heisler, submitting the annual comprehensive financial report of the City of Pittsburgh for the year ended December 31st, 2023.
Thank you. That moves us to unfinished business, and we have 3 appointments to approve. Oh, sorry. The communication from Director Pollock needs to be approved. May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The communication has been approved. Now that takes us to unfinished business, and we have 3 appointments to be approved.
Bill 356, resolution appointing Jamil Bey as the Director of the Department of Planning of the City of Pittsburgh. Bill 357, resolution amending Resolution 696 of 2021, appointing Jerome Jackson as a member of the Housing Opportunity Fund Advisory Board with a term to expire April 30th, 2027. And Bill 378, resolution appointing Steve Mazza as a member of the Planning Commission with a term to expire January 1, 2030.
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All 3 appointments have been approved. That takes us to reports of Committee for Final Action, beginning with Councilwoman Erica Strasburger, presenting on the Committee of Finance and Law.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilperson Erica Strasburger presents Bill Number 432, reported to Committee on Finance and Law for May 1st, 2024, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 256, ordinance amending and supplementing the Pittsburgh Code, Title II, Fiscal, Article 9, Property Taxes by creating a new Chapter 268, Real Estate Tax Exemptions for Construction or Adaptive Reuse of Buildings in Downtown Pittsburgh. Bill 397, ordinance amending the Pittsburgh Code, Title I, Administrative, Fiscal, Article 11, Human Resources, Chapter 192, Pensions, Section 192.27, Death Benefits by allowing the Municipal Pension Fund to approve adjustments to the table of survivor benefit conversion rates as mortality rates change. And Bill 398, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Shelley Danko Day for a single payment in 2024 in an amount not to exceed $61,607.12 in full and final settlement of the case. Bill 399, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Stephen Whitlock and his attorneys, Lieber, Hammer, Huber, and Paul, P.C., for a single payment in 2024 in an amount not to exceed $90,000 in full and final settlement of litigation filed in the United States District Court for the Western District of Pennsylvania.
You have heard the reading and the title of the bills. Is there any discussion? If none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bills will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross. Aye. Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
The bills having received the legally required numbers of votes is passed finally. That takes us to Councilman Anthony Coghill, presenting on the Committee of Public Safety and Wellness.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilman Coghill presents Bill Number 433, reported to Committee on Public Safety and Wellness for May 1st, 2024, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 392, resolution authorizing the mayor and the Department of Public Safety to receive a grant from the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency in the form of Narcan, fentanyl test strips, and xylene test strips valued at $40,583.50 to be distributed by the Office of Community Health and Safety. Bill 393, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Public Safety on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to transfer the ongoing lease agreement with Allegheny Health Network to the city as contractually obligated by Controller's Contract Number 54321 for the hub location supporting the Reaching Out on the Streets program. The city will transfer the lease agreement between AHN and Bernie's Photo Center from AHN to the city for the property located at 519 East Ohio Street for the time frame of April 30th, 2024 through September 30th, 2026 for a total cost not to exceed $72,500.
You have heard the reading and the title of the bills. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
The bills having received the legal required numbers of votes is passed finally. That takes us to Councilwoman Barbara Warwick, presenting on the Committee of Public Works and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Ms. President.
Councilwoman Warwick presents Bill Number 434, reported to Committee on Public Works and Infrastructure for May 1st, 2024, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 402, Resolution amending Resolution 657 of 2022, which provided for an amended reimbursement agreement or agreements with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for costs associated with the preliminary design, final design, and right-of-way phases of the Swindell Bridge construction project, and providing for the payment of costs thereof not to exceed $3,800,000, an increase of $2,100,000 from the previously executed agreement, reimbursable at 95%, and a municipal share of Commonwealth incurred costs not to exceed $7,000, a $5,500 increase from the previously executed agreement.
You have heard the reading and the title of the bill. Is there any discussion?
They get lost.
Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received legally required numbers of votes, is passed finally. That takes us to Councilman Bobby Wilson, presenting on the Committee of Land Use and Economic Development.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilman Wilson presents Bill Number 435, reported to Committee on Land Use and Economic Development for May 1st, 2024, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 403, ordinance accepting a new street name, Terman Garden Circle, in the 27th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, as per recommendation by the City of Pittsburgh Addressing Committee. The following street name was approved by CPAC in March 2024. The name listed in this ordinance shall be made official in accordance with the Pittsburgh Code, Title IV, Public Places and Property, Chapter 420, Uniform Street Naming and Addressing.
You have heard the reading and the title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required numbers of votes, is passed finally. And finally, Councilwoman Deborah Gross, presenting on the Committee of Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology.
Mr. President.
Councilwoman Gross presents Bill Number 436, reported to Committee on Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology for May 1st, 2024, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 394, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to enter into an agreement or agreements or amendments thereto with Crayon Software Experts, LLC, for a Microsoft Enterprise Agreement in order to provide software licensing and support and to provide fixed true-up pricing for Microsoft's complete catalog of available products for each year of the contract at a cost not to exceed $5,335,326 over 3 years.
You've heard the reading and the title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill, vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
8 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legal required numbers of votes, is passed finally. That takes us to motions and resolutions. Is there anything from members? If not, we have meeting announcements. Today at 1 p.m., council will hold an executive session on Bill 449 as relates to litigation matters. Tomorrow, Wednesday, May 8th at 10 a.m., council will hold our standing committee meeting. Speaker registration will close tomorrow at 9 a.m. To register to speak at this meeting, please fill up the sign-up form on the council meeting webpage. You may also call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138. And then on Thursday, May 9th at 1:30 p.m., council will hold a cablecast public hearing on Bills 328 and 409 relative to historic designations of Beth Abraham Cemetery and Veterans Memorial Parklet. Speaker registration will close at 12 p.m. the day of the hearing. To register to speak at these meetings, please fill out the sign-up form on the council meeting webpage or call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Motion to approve the minutes and adjourn the meeting.
So move.
And excuse the absent member, sorry.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned.